Hello everyone, and welcome into another live stream. Did I ping on Discord? I think I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. There we go. Hi there. Hi, Siphon. Hi, welcome. Welcome live stream. How you doing? I am streaming at a bit of an awkward time, I suppose. It's mostly going to be for the Asian time zones this time. It's the middle of the day on a Monday in Europe, and it's really early in the morning in America. I'm doing fine. What about you? I am doing certainly fine. That's debatable. I am doing stuff because today I have work to do. I'm so behind on everything. Hi there, Pseudonym. Hi there, Lloyd. Welcome. Hi. How you all doing? So here's the thing. I've got work to do. So I thought we could just do a typical walking stream. It won't be too intense, because I'll mostly just be rendering stuff in the background. If I may be so bold, what elements should I pick after hydrogen and helium? I'm trying to showcase the different electron configurations, what they mean. Any ideas for an element? I could do lithium, I suppose. Lithium, but then I want to jump a bit to make it a bit more complex. Gallium. How far is gallium? Oh, gallium right here. Okay, gallium is a bit too far too early. Uranium was way too far. Uranium is like... Where is uranium? That's a good question, hold on. Right here, 92. That's... Look at this electron configuration, that is insanity. Hold on, what's the electrons? Wait, where's the... Oh, right here, I'm an idiot, never mind. Whoops. Look at how many electrons there are. It's too many. Iron would be a good one. You know what? We're just gonna go with lithium, oxygen, and iron. I feel like that would be pretty simple enough. So, extend this by another 20 frames, like so. Copy you. Take this. Right here, copy this keyframe, paste it in. That's an H, that's not the right one. Whoops, this helium, there we go. Actually, we could do backwards, whatever. As if anyone cares, and then move you like so. Lithium is Li, and then lithium is 2S. I'm at school, make it. I'm sorry, Echo. It was the only time for me to stream. I had to. I have to. I don't have a choice. I don't get a choice in the matter. I had to. Listen, the rule's a rule. I can't not stream. How's it now? Let's see. Helium, and then it's supposed to transition the next frame to lithium. Okay, cool. I'm losing chemistry. Well, it depends on the kind of chemistry. That's kind of what will be the point of the next video. Chemistry isn't what you think it is. It's right there in the title. And you wouldn't believe it, but this video will be about how chemistry isn't exactly what people think it is. It's actually different. It's way more akin to physics than anything else. Play some music. And get a sip of coffee, because I haven't drunk any. Ah, delicious. Oh, it's good. That actually doesn't taste complete. Well, it doesn't taste like dirt. That's rare. Wait, Mickey, did you do a stream on magnetism? I can't remember. It feels like you did. Magnetism? I don't know. I did a couple on electromagnetism, electricity. I'm not great with magnetism. I'll be completely honest. There we go. Oh, that's a bit too insane for the beginning. There, Oddkid 3. Phenomenal. Is the thing you tease or something? Kind of. I love chemistry. Chemistry is really fun. I really like chemistry. I enjoy, especially theoretical chemistry. It's so elegant. Puts everything together. Smart Scholar Walk or YouTube? Well, we could do Scholar Walk for YouTube. The thing is, I did a poll recently. A poll to decide what the next video should look like. This poll, to be exact. The most recent one, I'm saying. There we go. And y'all picked 2,500 votes. That's a lot of votes for a poll. Hi, the Rampos. I haven't seen you in a while. How things going? It's got a 10 out of 10 in magnetism, but still feel like I have doubts. Well, if it's any consolation, you will always feel like you have doubts in magnetism because magnetism is really weird. The thing is, I always like to, well, speaking of 4 fundamental forces, when it comes to 4 fundamental forces, what you have to remember is there isn't really an explanation for why they happen, right? That's kind of the whole point, the fundamental. And what's really curious about magnetism is that magnetism is only 1/2 of a fundamental force. So you have this indivisible force which we as humans for some reason divided into 2. So that's why you'll always have doubts when it goes to magnetism. Magnetism as a standalone force doesn't really make perfect sense. They just put it that way. But still amazing you got 10 of 10, I'm really impressed. I'm not great at understanding magnetism, to be honest. But yeah, oh yeah, I did a poll, and math isn't what you think it is, one, so the next video is going to be math isn't what you think it is. And since these videos take a long time to make, I thought I should start early. Make it, are you forcing your voice to be more enthusiastic than normal? Not really, I just drink coffee. It's part of the whole thing. You see, I want to be entertaining on stream, so I just try to sound in a way that makes me more entertaining, you know, makes me seem more energized and so on and so forth. It's a whole thing. Hello, it's pretty fine, exam in 2 months, 13 chapters, 30 left, but don't worry, I got it. I'm certain you do got it. Given the track record, you did pretty well. How's it going? Will you make it? Plus inside Discord today. Well, I saw you joined in Discord. I saw it yesterday. For me, things are going fine. You know, I'm doing stuff. Good stuff, mate. Thank you, struggling computer science student. Welcome to the live stream. I'm not that great. Did you make a video about circles? A video about circles? You mean waves? I did mention that I'm gonna make a video about waves like a year ago. I'm still working on it, right? I will eventually make a video about waves. You just need to give me a couple of centuries. Like 7 at best. That's my boss leaving 5 minutes. Alright, safe and bye. Good luck. Have a good one. I was thinking today. Oh yeah. And also time zones also. Screwing. Hold on. Let me... Okay. I need to... Deep breath. Because I need to think. Today, I have a lot of work. Which means we should probably do it. So here's the thing. I've already fully scripted this video, which is chemistry isn't what you think it is. Now, I feel like today we should at least begin scripting math isn't what you think it is. Because as I mentioned, I want to start the work on the video early. Because these videos take a really long time to make. And then also, maybe make a short would be nice. I haven't made a short in a while. Time is relative according to Frankenstein. I think that's the wrong Stein. Don't you mean Frankenstein's doctor? That's a dumb one. It's a stretch of a joke. Why don't we try making electricity purely magnetism, moving some kind of metal quickly, thus making power? I don't exactly understand what you mean there, Tamada. Why don't we try making electricity with purely magnetism, moving some kind of metal quickly, thus making power? As I already mentioned, magnetism, we don't really have magnetism, we have electro. That's awful. Magnetism. So technically when we're using electricity, we're not actually using electricity, we're using electromagnetism. I mean using magnets. Well, the thing is, Which aspect of electricity do you mean? Because you mean sending information, you mean sending energy, which part of it? Because the thing is, I'm not strong with magnets, because magnets is just electron spin, and I only recently got exactly what electron spin is. New overwalk, I'll give 15 millennium at best. Okay, thanks. That's 15 millennium, I should have like half of the video finished. So here's the thing, Tamada. When removing electrons, this is actually difficult to explain. It's really difficult to explain. Sending electric energy for houses. Okay, have you ever heard of this thing called inductor? I feel like this could explain it pretty well. Inductor. Inductor is... well, I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna pretend as if I know. Okay, inductor, also called a coil choker reactor, is a passive two-terminal electrical component that stores energy in a magnetic field when electric current flows through it. An inductor typically consists of an insulated wire wound in a coil. The thing is, the inductor is powered using electric current but stores energy in a magnetic field, which is silly because it's not really using electric current and storing it in a magnetic field, only it's using the flow of electricity to store it in a magnetic part of electromagnetism, of the electromagnetic field. I just realized what I said didn't make much sense unless you exactly know what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter. The point is, electricity and magnetism are the same force at the end of the day, the same interaction. So the reason why we don't use magnetism for sending energy is because in metals, when it comes to metallic bonding, it's extremely efficient to send energy using electrons. We don't actually use electromagnetism itself or electricity. Boy, the names really suck for this, because electricity, flow of electricity is flow of electrons, but not flow of electromagnetism. This sucks. Okay. Damn, how would I explain it? The reason why... You mind if I just restart my whole rant for a second, Tamada? I'm sorry, you've caught me really early into the live stream. I'm only now sipping coffee, so... You mind if I restart my explanation? Can I just completely restart it, refresh? No worries, okay. So, forget everything I've said. Here's the thing. When we have electromagnetism, that's the fundamental force, which we, humans, divide then into electro, so electricity, and so electric, the electric interaction, the magnetic interaction. So when we talk about magnetism, we talk about electromagnetism divided into two. However, when we talk about electricity, we either talk about the electric part of the electromagnetic force, or we are talking about the movement of electrons. This is different because when it comes to electromagnetism, its carrier particles aren't electrons, only photons. So when we move electricity in cables, then we're not actually moving electricity, we're moving electrons using the electromagnetic interaction. So the reason why we don't use magnetism is because, as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty certain, when it comes to magnetism, it only affects the spin of electrons. The fourth quantum number, and I think the third one. Third and fourth quantum numbers, so, the magnetic quantum number, it's in the name. However, when it comes to the electric aspect of it, we can use it to move electrons around. That's not what I meant. Okay, then I don't quite understand what you mean. My whole point was that we don't use magnetism to creating electricity with magnets. Well, we don't create electricity with magnets because we would need to use electricity to power the magnets. Unless you mean like you use mechanical force, but we already do that. So... But the Rocky magnets? Well, here's the thing. Well, we could do the Rocky magnets, but that would be just extremely inefficient. We already use magnets to create electricity in turbines, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty certain turbines use actually magnetic interaction to create electricity. I think? Or am I completely delusional with this? Hold on, I'm doubting myself right now. The reason why we don't use rocky magnets is because it will be just really inefficient. It's much easier to just dig up coal, you know, and move coal in large quantities. And even coal is extremely inefficient. That's why we're slowly moving away from it. Coal is just expensive at this point. I clean my room to atoms. But it's polluting. Yes, but that's why we are transitioning to renewable energy. It's because renewable energy is even more efficient. The thing is, there are a lot of ways in which we could technically create energy, but all of them have their own costs. And so far, solar energy is the absolute... Well, I don't think, theoretically, you could get more efficient than solar energy. Just from simply theoretical point of view, I don't think there's any way to get more efficient, except for like crazy, you know, black hole relativity kind of energy. Except for that, I don't think there is anything we could do on Earth that would be more efficient than solar energy. Nuclear energy and hydroelectric energy. No, the reason why solar is the most efficient because solar uses gets energy from photons directly. So basically you have N-type, P-type semiconductor. To oversimplify, you have a photon which is going to hit the N-type and P-type semiconductor, and when it hits it, it converts its own energy to create an additional N-type. Hold on. Oh, it's always the opposite. N-type, so negative, so creates its additional free electron and a hole, which then come together in order to cancel each other out to create energy. And the thing is, right here, this is like efficient on a quantum level. On a quantum scale, is what I mean. So, when it comes to hydroelectric is amazing. Hydroelectric is great because, well, it's incredibly cheap. Like, unbelievably cheap. However, hydroelectric works on a mechanical level, on a human scale, which is still really large, and because of that, just typical thermodynamic ways to lose energy happen all over the place. When it comes to nuclear, on the other hand, I like nuclear. Nuclear is great. We're definitely... Like, the fact that we still use coal power plants instead of nuclear is insane to me. We just basically... It's you know what, I won't even go on that run. Nuclear is absolutely amazing. However, nuclear depends on the weak force more, because it depends on the decay. And for that you need specific kind of matter. Works only a day when there are any clouds, it's not too hot. Very big, surface-wise. That is true, but that's why we use batteries. That's kind of the whole point of making efficient batteries. Like, yeah, solar definitely has its faults, but I'm not saying solar is best, I'm saying solar is the most efficient. Because it converts, you know, electromagnetic force directly into energy. About as directly as you can get. Yeah, but magnesium doesn't do any work on charges, so you can't use it to make energy. It doesn't work on charges, but the quantum, the freaking third and fourth quantum numbers, my beloved. Every type of energy is just multi-step photon energy. I wouldn't say every type, because, for example, alpha decay. Like, well, never mind, I take it back. Wait, do I take it back? No, I don't think I take it back. Does alpha decay have anything to do? Was it a photon or was it a neutrino? Alpha decay. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right kind of decay. Recent was alpha decay. Let's see. Looking what it decays into. Proton neutron not part of the energy. C squared suddenly seems like something that would be light related. Whoops. M is the initial mass of the nucleus. Mass of the nucleus after emission. P is mass of the alpha particle. Not what I'm looking for. I was looking for... Oh, do I need to bring out the textbook? Can you just for general relativity maths, and can you tell me all the math required for it? I can't tell you all the math required for it because I myself am not amazing when it comes to general relativity. I don't know the basics, but you won't believe what I recommend. Oh yes, yeah, you do have on LibraText in the bookshelves in the physics section. There is like a whole bookshelf dedicated just to relativity. Wow, isn't that crazy? You wouldn't believe it. But now they want to close nuclear plants in my country. Wait, hold on. Tamada, are you from Germany, perchance? Thank you, Cake. Thank you for the €2. Thank you so much. So nice. We also have a charity available. You can donate. Did I not link the fundraiser again? Oh my goodness. It's so... YouTube just delinks it from my streams by default for some reason. It's so annoying. My goodness. My favorite Cancer Bad fundraiser. There we go. Don't remember make it. Tamada, trust me, I'm not good with geography. Germany, that's the part with them the flag that's like, you know, the green and red and whatnot, right? That's the Germany. My country was horrible. Oh, did I say that? I said it was horrible. I mean, the Green Party is weird in Germany. Maybe that's what I'm... France. Oh, I see. Never mind then. Okay. Yeah, it is horrible. Okay, that should have been a clue. Tamada, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry for making that mistake. I'm sorry that you're from France, you know? That's just awful. Oh, you know what? It makes me thankful whenever I realize that French people exist. It makes me thankful that I'm not from France, you know, it's... Oof. Yeah, but to be fair, French... Oh, am I really getting into politics? It's too close to the US election season, I can't talk about politics. Well, I would love to talk about European politics, I do believe they're important, but I'm scared of someone switching up the topic. Black, yellow and red, I think. Germany? No. No, I think Germany's flag is white, green and red. I would know, I'm from Europe. Trust me on this. I hate this country's politics, true. I mean, the politics in France is wild, because your government is just so divided. So insanely divided. A leftist party, a centrist party that everyone hates, and a far-right party. But what's really fun, in this case, there is actually something fun about this sort of politics, Tamada. It's that your government is so divided that they can't, that they're having a lot of problems electing political, basically electing politicians into different governing roles. Which basically means that they have to pick people who are experts in the field instead of people who are beneficial for them politically. Because otherwise the entire rest of the government will shut them off. Which is actually a surprisingly... I don't want to say ironic, but it's actually surprisingly interesting, good thing to come out of a really bad situation. Listen, I'm an optimist. I am the glass fully full kind of guy. So I would focus on this. Make it ever from Poland. Why would you guess that? They call it overrated because no place magical. There is a whole effect. Paris effect. There's a whole psychological phenomena named after this. Paris syndrome. Sorry, it's not Paris effect. Paris syndrome. It's like psychiatric symptoms exhibited by some individuals when visiting Paris that can be viewed as severe of a form of culture shock. Can you imagine culture shock extreme enough for it to be an actual syndrome? He's the if glass half full, I need more alcohol type of guy. Exactly. The only kind of drinking problem I have is when my glass is empty. That was a few weeks ago, and the best part was probably the food. French food, I don't know. French food seems a bit too pretentious for me. You know, I like cheap stuff. You mean snail? Everyone's go straight to snails. French fries. You mean freedom fries? Pseudonym? Hell yeah. Up top. 72 pounds and immediately entering full psychic meltdown. But to be fair, you know what? I'm not surprised. I have the same thing, except whenever anyone mentions France, anyway, it's a whole syndrome for me. It's very varied, but I need to travel to have good food, and the best food is in the countryside. Yeah, I mean, so I suppose that makes sense, because like, I guess food in the tourist destinations will be catered to tourists, so that will kind of dilute the uniqueness of it. Or make it even more unique, but not in the original way. Hey, pizza in France, there's a lot of good Italian food there. my favorite French food is Italian. We don't eat frogs often. What, you mean to tell me that all of these stereotypes I've read online about the French people are just stereotypes? How? You mean tell me internet lie, but the internet would never lie to me. I guess there is a first time for everything. A dried sausage and dried sausage, I don't know why, but for me, whenever I imagine French cuisine, I just imagine desserts. When I think of French cuisine, I just think of different sweet foods. That's what comes to mind in my head. Like dried sausage, that sounds German. To be fair, y'all are neighbors, I guess that makes sense. I don't know why I'm so surprised by this. I'm acting as if you don't have sausages in France. Do you have sausages in France? Did they invent them yet? I know we don't have electricity in Poland, I'm just pretending to stream. Alright, that's lithium. What's next? Oxygen. I feel like would be solid. Baguettes and a French flag. A strange hat is crazy. You mean to tell me? I should stop this bit. It just, in my opinion, is so wild how... The most interesting cultural barrier, in my opinion, is the cultural barrier between America and Europe. In my opinion, that's my favorite culture. That's my favorite cultural thing, because for Americans, Europe is exotic, right? Europe is, it's Europe. It's cultured, it's like different and whatnot and so on and so forth. But for most Europeans, from what I've seen, Americans are just like any other country. Except more famous. Europe is the paradise with proper healthcare. Proper is arguable, but better, yes. For Europeans, Japan is exotic. Is it really? I guess so, maybe. It is quite far. I think the best vegan food is Indian food. Oh, that's quite a claim. I think the best vegan food would be... That's a good question. Vegetarian? No, for me vegetarian would be French, actually, funny enough. Or maybe vegan. No, vegan is a bit too far for me. Just veggies. Not. Tamara, look at this. I can spell. Isn't that impressive? Like, look at this. This is vegetarian. Unless vegetarian, because a vegan is with no like animal products, but vegetarian is just no meat, correct? We love beef. Yeah, I know that you love beef, but like most of the typical cuisine that most people are familiar with are just like sweet stuff, and for some fucking reason snails, because apparently yeah, apparently you can't access your location. I would rather not. Snails aren't good. I can tell. Listen, it's not often that you can just look at an image of a certain food item and just know what it tastes like. Oof. What's wrong with snails? Have you seen them? No, for me, I just love snails too much, you know? Snails would rate in, like, my list of top 20 animals. In my list of top 20 animals, I would have snails. And because I just love them too much, I can't eat them. Whenever I try to eat snails, I just cry. It's not even because they're not tasty or something, it just, the emotional damage it inflicts on me, it's too great. Love. Oh, I will not even attempt to pronounce that. I will not even attempt to pronounce that, so I'll just leave it as blanks. But anyways, we love from the main course. I'm gonna try typing it in. I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna assume that you're telling me a food item and not something highly inappropriate. Oh, charcuterie board! I'm an idiot. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I know what it is. Never mind. I thought, oof. I had a lot of bread when I was in France. They got their bread right. Not French. Okay, let me see what the French one looks like. I don't know what the French one means, so I... Hi there, Cian. Welcome. Wait, I'm supposed to animate stuff. Whoops, I forgot. I forgot I'm supposed to, like, do my walk. Do my job. Give me a second. I just need a second to set this up and then it's gonna render. I think bats are great. I've never had a bat. I don't know what it tastes like this, and then be oxygen. Move these to the right. There we go. And then all we need is just all the electrons. There we go. Dinosaur will taste you before you can taste it. I'm pretty sure dinosaurs just taste like chicken. Like, literally. So much work to do, famous later. Oh gosh, I forgot how to animate and walk. Hey, in my defense, it's rendering, okay? It's rendering the background. Each frame takes a minute, a full-blown minute to render. That's 20 minutes per animation. And I've rendered 2 of them. I am like fairly efficient rendering wise. I've only wasted like 3 minutes. I'm chatting with y'all, okay? The stream is more important than the walk. I'll around you and then the Vsauce music starts playing. Write your own ray tracing algorithm. Can you imagine? That would be pretty great algorithm just being so pissed. That's like the origin story of 90% of programs out there. Someone was so pissed with just how inefficient a program was that they just made their own. Except in this case, Blender is actually extremely efficient, so wouldn't really have too much to contribute. But yeah, actually, what would the next animation look like? We have shell, substance, orbiter, and spin. In relation to these four things, we can describe the position of the electron. Based on that position, we can get how much energy the electron needs to be there. Like, well, things needing this electron will have as little energy as possible. Particles naturally will try to fall as low as possible in a single atom. But what happens when you introduce another one to the mix? Oh, shucks and dugnubbits, that's gonna be annoying. Blender's free and open source too. Yeah, Blender's the best. I love Blender. The fact that you can just get 3D software that's this good at practically everything and have it be both free and open source is just mind-blowing to me. Well, I guess if something is open source, then it's always gonna be free in one way or another. It's kind of the whole point of open source. Chemistry is interaction between atomic forces. Well, depends how broadly you define forces, I suppose. Or how narrow you define forces too. Because like on one hand you have, you know, classical mechanics is technically interaction between atomic forces, but on the other hand mechanochemistry exists, which kind of blurs the line. Had the game engine 2 in the past. I mean, yeah, you can still move your camera in Blender as if you were a character in the first person game. That's like still there. You see, what am I supposed to just sit here and watch it render? I can't speed it up in any way. I could render without the video, but that wouldn't help much. No, just like have zero energy possible to travel and atom. But what happens when you choose not to want to the next case? So right here we're gonna have to switch back to hydrogen, and then we're gonna have to remove all of these squares and just stick with a single square, and just bring in another square to represent the second hydrogen. Yes. Alright. Now. Now what? You just need to sit here and render. Now what? Make it. Now what? Maths. This video is gonna be fun. All time. You want me to do a poll? But poll on what? We have to get through all this work we have today. No, you don't know how much work I've got to do? I got like a fair bit of work. I've got like an average amount of work actually, you know? Like a fairly average amount of work to do. Fine, I can do a poll. And what should we do next? I should script this video too though. Although I don't really see much of a point in this video. The problem I'm having recently is that I'm trying to be a generalist channel. I already mentioned it before. I'm trying to be a channel which explains chemistry to mathematicians and mathematics to chemists, so that everyone would kind of have at least a basic grasp of all kinds of fields. The problem is I'm clearly failing because... Where is it? Yeah, because... I'm clearly biased towards certain videos. That's why I'm trying to balance that with a chemistry video. We can work in 4 days and we can do it in 9 days. I'm not anti-women. I'm sorry, a pseudonym. What? What did you just say? To elaborate on what you mean exactly. I'm struggling to... understand. Alright. So, I need more coffee. Why am I so tired already? It's only been 40 minutes. Meth sucks. Meth is awful. Amphetamine, love it. Meth sucks. Meth is just amphetamine with rat poison. Not really, but kind of. I've already mentioned it on multiple occasions. Oh, this is gonna be such a boring video to script, oh my goodness. Why did y'all pick this video? Whose idea was it? I could have made a video about fundamental forces, wouldn't that be so much more fun? Huh? But no, we just had to go with this one. Meth is also chemistry, I guess. Listen, if it wasn't illegal, I would attempt making amphetamine in a video. If it wasn't illegal. Oh, fundamental forces, good. They are fundamental forces. Honestly, I was really hoping that would be the video y'all pick. Because for that video, I actually already made a couple of animations. That's how confident I was that you all would pick that video. Well, let me show you. Where is it? There we go. I've actually made a fair bit of animations for this video. And you'll just pick the math video about programming. That's also a good video. The programming one also. The programming one actually scripted the first, I think, 5 chapters of it months ago. Literal months ago. Over half a year ago. I scripted like first couple of chapters. And it's been sitting in the works that entire time. That's very great. Physics is boring at first, but great at last. Biology is great, production and chemistry is amazing. I agree. I actually really agree. I wouldn't say physics is boring at first. Physics is exciting at first, and then depending where you go, it gets really boring and then really interesting. It's just that when it comes to stuff like applied physics, it's fun all the way. You just start with basics, classical mechanics, and then you use classical mechanics to build on top of itself, and then you just end up building a rocket or something. Also a video idea for the future. And then nuclear physics is lovely. Nuclear physics is so nice. Like, it does get really difficult at times, but I gotta say, nuclear physics is like a work of art. Like a really enjoyable painting. Relativity is like a work of fiction where the author is overqualified. What else is there? Statistical thermodynamics was crafted by Satan himself. Then we have particle physics, which is just math pretending to be physics. Astrophysics, which is, well, it's just opposite of particle physics. Oh, I have a fun challenge we can do too. Like video making wise. It's gonna be fun. Statistical physics period. No. Statistical physics was just... it's just for masochists who don't want to commit. So Spirit that needs to get the fuck out of my life. I do agree. So here's the thing, Tell. It's not gonna be quite as exciting as you think, but it is going to be a challenge for me. Here's the thing, I've been making shorts recently, because I feel like I make pretty nice looking animations, I want people to see. And in these shorts I explain stuff like, you know, what is gravity, what are integrals? Basically the videos, except broken down into tiny segments and uploaded as separately. And the next short I want to make would be from this video, but I already made the integral explanation, I already made the Euler's visualization. And now what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a short explaining the Fourier transform. A short. Ah, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna say it, yeah. Hey, remember that thing that took me... that would be a long shot. Yup. Hey, remember that thing that took me 40 minutes to explain in the video? How about we make a short explaining it? What is the Fourier transform? Hi, Zuko, welcome. The sound of mechanical keyboard are the most satisfying sounds in the world. I don't know, I bought it because it's cheap. My keyboard broke, that's the backstory of it. I'm pretty certain I've already mentioned it on dozens of occasions, but the story behind why I have the mechanical keyboard is because my previous keyboard just broke down. And the thing is, when you have a PC and your whole job is just, you know, working on that PC, you can't afford to lose a keyboard. So that was pretty bad. And so I just had to right away go to the shops, and this is the cheapest one they had. The cheapest one they had was mechanical. I couldn't really afford to wait to order online, you know, something cheaper. So, yeah. Make YouTube pants. How's everyone doing? I'm doing! I am doing. An animation and a short. What is the Fourier transform? Well, normally that would take me 40 minutes to explain. So, there. Now, what this notation means is the area under function multiplied by this cosine, like this. That's my videos brilliant, except you don't say that. There's fifth line in a two-axis graph. Fifth line in a two-axis graph.
This in our typical boring equation with place.
Which fifth line in a two-axis graph? There are a lot of segments with two axes. You might need to be a bit more specific. This?
Pointing up.
1, 2,
Doesn't matter
3.
where it is. Now let's forget on the ray. This with flat. Just this line function and row at a constant.
You mean this segment? Tefta! Hi! I'm sorry I didn't know you. Hi, congrats on the 30,000. Thank you! Thank you so much. Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? It's actually not slowing down yet. It is going to slow down. The growth on this video is going to slow down at some point. It always slows down. But it hasn't yet in 10 days, which is pretty cool. Really cool. 150,000 views. That's pretty good. I'm trying to change training data from vector to polar, but I think this is pointless. Training data for AIs, you mean? I'm assuming. I don't know what all training data exists. From vector to polar. In what way? Ignore the process of 150,000, that's pretty good. I mean, it is okay, it's really good, obviously. It is the best performing video ever. Like, actually, oh, it's been a while since I compared the two. Hold on, let me see. Let me compare the two top videos. How are they doing in comparison to each other? Quantum, last time I did that was like a week ago. To be fair, not that long ago for me, but for some reason for me it feels like a month. Haha! It's still the best performing video ever! It just gained some ground in the beginning and then it's the same rate, same exact rate. Ah, that's really good, wow. It's really impressive. 155,000 minus 1 of views from my alts. Well, thank you, Remco, for watching the video so many times. Presently showing what sine and cosine are as functions. Could you please make a video on arcsine and arccosine as functions? I don't know how interesting that would be, to be completely honest. I could. I mean, I can just check on Wikipedia, to be fair. To be honest, because what the biggest reveal of that, you know, whole what are sine and cosine as functions, the biggest reveal of that segment was the fact that they could be constructed using real operations. So using actual operations, that they weren't just some abstract functions with no origin, only they had an origin. That was kind of the whole point of that segment. So on its own, the explanation of what they actually are isn't all that interesting, and you can just check it on Wikipedia. I actually don't know what arcsign is. I have the domain. I suppose that's probably important. Or I could just derive it myself, although it would be pain. I don't want to. I found your channel from that video. Which one? Because statistically, yeah, you probably found my channel from one of these videos. Most people came to my channel from one of these videos. And videos are really getting pretty good recently. That's nice. Never stop making long forms, they are the key for success. I don't care about that. I'm not making long forms because they get the views. I'm making long form videos because they are just better. Everyone enjoys long form videos more. That's why I make them. A segment you were moving around. What is it? Calculus right here. I mean, there are 4 lines right here, so I'm assuming that's it. Basically, right here you have the function. I guess I should have labeled them, you know, that is probably on me. You have the function, then you have the derivative of this function, and then right here is the area of the derivative. And since area is the integral, that's the integral of the derivative, in other words, the original function. So as the area increases, I should have labeled them. That is on me. Yes, that's pretty dumb. I don't know why I didn't label them. Fudge. Hi Leah, welcome! How math becomes difficult video. Yeah, most people found my channel because of the how math becomes difficult video, which is just the new addition to quantum mechanics. That was the old video I blew up. Still the most popular. I didn't find make it found me. Yeah, it sounds cute, but what it basically means is that I just came to Remco's house at night and just kidnapped him to be my moderator. So yeah. I will find you. And I will make you a moderator. Or whatever that Liam Neeson quote was. Alright, now we copy this right here. We move these over like so. And then right here we move these over and we turn that into hydrogen again. And then all of these, we want all of them, absolutely all of them, to have a keyframe, and then elastic. The kidnapping ritual is standard. Yeah, it's just usual, you know. It's needed for the paperwork. So is your blood. It's for medical reasons. I need just 5 gallons of blood. It's like a medical thing, you know. Department of blood, whatever. Here's the red tape, you know. The government they just keep wanting me to collect blood. It's wild. It's definitely not me. I'm using fake picture like scammer. What do you mean? I'm using a fake picture by that definition. I haven't lived in the basement ever since. Oh, come on. There's no complaining, oh, because I'm living in the basement. Some people don't even have a roof over your head. You have 3 because there are 3 floors. The bottom one's the basement. Then there is the ground floor, which I just use as a lab for all of my other businesses, and then the top one is the streaming room, the entire floor. I'm stating from experience. No, I would never kidnap Flame. I wouldn't get any cool pictures from the lab. And that's the only reason. My moral compass is missing the magnetized thing. Move it, so yeah. Wow, isn't this thrilling? The video making process live. Whoa! Oh yeah, right, I was supposed to make the short. Ah, this is gonna be a fun one. Hahaha. And yeah, this function multiply because I like this. Now, why are applying this by cosine? That's not because, damn it, no, I can't explain in a minute. That's ridiculous. Make its basement full of scientists. Funny enough, actually, most people right here wouldn't even know where the scientists bit even comes from. Oh, that's an old channel meme. It's not even, I think that was before the addition quantum mechanics video. It was before even the big boy. Yeah, Tefta knows, because Tefta started the bit. Were you drunk? No, no. Well, yeah, most good stories start when I'm drunk, but no. Actually, the story is so much cooler than that. Tefta trained an AI model what I look like, basically. So I still have it on my drive, 2 versions of an image generating AI that knows what I look like. And basically, in that AI, when we had a scientist make it, the AI really badly wanted to put in science, you know, like just text science on the image, but was really struggling with spelling. So each time I was doing scientist or science. 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 I'm a scientist. Brilliant. that AI was that was a great AI. I still have some of the pictures left over because they're amazing. No, that's wrong. That's the wrong folder. Your hair was all looking funny big, and yeah, I do remember having like completely tiny eyes. No, that's wrong. That's not the right one. Generate. There we go. Hold on, where is it? Where's the scientist mate? Science. Science. Hello everyone. We're here to science. Hi. It's physics time. What gonna say? We're gonna be talking about physics. So you have force. You mess it. You multiply the mess by the avity. Is the off-brand make it? The true AI make it. Those were so good. I love the handsome make it pick. Oh, look at that. Oof. No jawline whatsoever, but it doesn't even matter. Demust make it. I don't know if I have the demust make it, honestly. I don't think I have it. I mean, I do have it. I don't think I have it in the, you know, in the folder of all my other make-its. I have some, I have some other make-its for absolutely no reason. I've just saved this one because it has a green shirt, alright? I've just saved this make-it because I don't have a green shirt. And I just thought that instead of buying one, I could just use this one because I don't have that's why I saved it. It's because I don't have a green shirt. That's why, okay? That's the only reason. No other reason. What type of video are you making? A chemistry one, actually. A video explaining why chemistry isn't what you think it is. So basically, I'm trying to hook in everyone who hates chemistry back into liking chemistry because I feel like it's being taught improperly in schools. I'm again. Hi, the headstack. Welcome. What other good make it are there? Human make it. That's also a good one. Human make it is pretty great. It's totally human make it. Make it with his huge cock. It's also pretty nice. It's supposed to be like a chicken. Make it walking. Also neat. Make it sorcerer on the Joe Rogan podcast is also pretty fun. Make it plier. Background make it, which is just for some reason it just goes really hard and I couldn't explain to you why. Make it plier in space, also pretty nice. Iron make it, which is one of the best make its. The AI figured out the fact that it could like really nicely walk in the mask with the Iron Man one. Make it. I do believe we also generate a couple of make it's. I don't remember them. I still have the model. I can't believe it. I've grown attached to it. Iron make it is really nice. I've used it in the oh, how long ago was that actually? Properties. What are the properties of this? June 21, 2023. Yes, that was like half a year before the addition to quantum mechanics video. Some of the fundraiser tags don't allow to donate even in my region. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know how to fix that, I'll be honest. It's not really... I mean, I started the fundraiser, but I don't really have any... It's YouTube's, you know... Well, not the YouTube's fundraiser. YouTube is tasked with maintaining and handling all the donations, so... I can't really do much on that end, unfortunately. What do you think about the EU becoming one country? You mean Federal Europe? I would say... depends. I would say it depends. Federal Europe is certainly has advantages, however, it has to be done properly. Recently, there's been a lot of work to reform Europe, and I do believe that the parties that are against it are absolutely full of it. And here we are. Let me just try to check up general. Oh yes!
This was...
Oh yes, the... Make it a... Oh, that's so good. Hold on. Can I show them? Yeah, for everyone who doesn't know, TFTA is, among other things, and the among other things is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, because there are a lot of other things, an AI expert. And I've mentioned that TFTA is an AI expert before TFTA has even been officially an AI expert. Now TFTA is officially an AI expert. But he has that nasty thing, or at least had the nasty thing that all experts have, where they're like, oh, I'm not an expert. That's from a really old video of mine. I don't think that video is on YouTube anymore. It's the AI safety video. Well, no, AI safety, on the safety. Oh, and here you can see what I look like. This is actually what I look like without the mask on. The AI got it spot on. Did TFTA also make the 60 voice changes? No, the 60 voice changes are all mine. That's all me. Because, you know, I am 14 actually, funny enough. Most people don't know this neat fact about me, but I am actually 14, and so normally I would... I wouldn't sound like this. I would sound much, much younger, so yeah. I need these 60 voice changes to age me up, if you will. Machine learning, yeah. I would really, speaking of, if y'all don't mind me doing a subtle plug, and actually it doesn't really matter, I'm gonna do it anyway. No, that's the wrong thing. Where is it? There it is. TFTA has a YouTube channel. In case any one of y'all wanna see some updates on, and TFTA is also in charge of, I've been mentioning so many times, I stopped mentioning at one point because I've been just mentioning it way too often. Tefta made Open Muscle. Open source for a muscle-based finger tracking device, which is basically open source prosthetics hardware and software. Used to like extract information from the arm movement that then would influence the hand in case you were to lose one. I'm not doing justice explaining it here. That's why you should check out the channel instead. I'm in a bit of a bad mood right now. I think it's because this is a bad mood. Oh, Leah, what happened? Did something happen, or is it just the... Or is it just like that kind of day? Just finished the version of Death Kit. Yeah, I saw. It's incredible. It's just so good. Also, your 3D animations. Like, you're already like on a whole another level when it comes to making stuff in general, and now you also have to get good at 3D animations, huh? Can I just have anything I'm good at? Damn it. Make his voice as an antidepressant. Thank you. Well, if you need a place to share, I am always here. Every single day, in fact. Ask for help. Is it possible to unlock a phone I don't remember the password for? Oh, that's a tough one. A phone? If it was a laptop, then yes. Kind of. Kind of, yes. If it's a phone, that's a lot more difficult. What kind of phone? Could you maybe... Do you have the proof of a purchase for that phone? Because then you could maybe call the shop you bought it from, and maybe they would be able to do something. Not developer. What's the word there? It's not developer. It's why is my brain so slow? Yesterday I was doing so well, and today I just feel bewildered. And coffee barely even helps. It's like, it's old, like really, really old. I see. Well, I'll be honest, I don't think I'll be much help unlocking a phone. It's Android and all the phone operating systems are computer. Someone read the first and second review before. Let me discuss the quantum strings in Minecraft. That's so mean. That is so mean. I would always discuss quantum strings in Minecraft and explain quantum strings using the quantum theory using Minecraft. Also, you did blend the camera focus on your videos. Yes, it's one of these 5 easy tricks to make renders look really cinematic without actually trying. Actually, fun fact, most of my renders aren't actually impressive at all. They're actually extremely basic. I just picked up a lot of tricks along the way to make them seem... What I'm basically trying to say is that my renders don't actually look good, I just pretend they look good. I'm cheating. Probably would be easy now, but the phone is kind of an issue. It really is. Phones are kind of made in a different way, specifically to make that sort of thing more difficult. Reprogram the firmware of that phone to regain access. I'm pretty certain of the storage on... And it depends on how old the phone is, I suppose. But I'm pretty certain of the storage on every phone is encrypted. Which is wild that we don't do the same thing with computers, but that's a whole other thing. You need like a premium software to do the same thing. No, animations you have in your videos is insane. Well, it's also a bad idea, because then I spend hundreds of hours rendering them instead of doing anything else, like right now. I should slowly switch to more in real life videos. I do want to make a lot more practical videos. The problem is I am lacking skills for most of the topics I discuss, but I suppose I really want to make practical videos in the spirit of... That's actually... Oh, that's gonna be a spoiler for one of my future videos. I don't want to spoil it publicly. Ah, fine, whatever. One of the videos I want to make will be a video about all the different in real life projects I've made that I failed at. And basically, the conclusion of that video will be that in theory, things are really easy. So that's why all my theory videos seem so obvious. And you know, in those theory videos, I seem really smart and whatever. But in real life, when you're doing practical stuff, everyone is going to fail one way or another on multiple occasions. And only after trying enough, spending enough time just learning the practice, only then can you make something that actually works. So I do plan on making a video on all of the real life projects I've made that I haven't made a video about yet because they are just failures. They are just straight up failures. On one of them, funny enough, I've spent $400, $300, so yeah, that one hurt a bit, but you know, it's fine. Atomic just completely reimbursed my entire purchase. Actually, yeah, sorry. I have two that I need to do. Postpone for a more, but apparently he didn't. There's something he rarely discusses. It took a long time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Will it be fun to watch Make It fail? Make It is born to succeed. Okay, I do have a tendency to succeed, but that's not because I don't fail. I do fail. I'm just so freaking stubborn. You don't want to get into an argument with me. You really don't. Not because I'm right all the time. I mean, I am. That's a whole separate thing. I'm always right, actually. Funny enough, I'm always correct. I've never been wrong in my entire life. Always correct. It's a whole thing. But you don't want to get into an argument with me. I am so unbelievably stubborn. Unless it's like a scientific one, where I'm trying to, you know, we're just trying to get the truth. Unless it's that kind of argument, I am so unbelievably stubborn and will refuse to give up my point. I've gotten, like, at one point I refused to drink a drink that my friend bought for me, and like, it got to the point where I burnt myself just to not drink it. I am incredibly stubborn. It's not a good trait. It's one of my biggest negatives. Just cuts the failing part. Yes. Yes, yes. The YouTuber, the secret trick of all YouTubers. Spend months on a project and then cut all the failures. Oh, did it finish rendering? Oh, sweet, nice. Now what we need to do is we need to save it actually as a next file, because we have just too many things going on. And then right here, I'm gonna duplicate this. I am going to apply geometry nodes, right? Then I'm going to cut all of this. Okay, well, like so. Piece selection and get out. So 490, this time we're gonna need a full second. This is what I meant. Oh, that makes sense, actually. Okay, and then you go away. It's an incredibly colorful scene. The only problem is that it just... there are so many things. My PC is struggling so much. Alright, we need you to be on the right, correct. There we go. And then focus on this. There we go. Get a little bit closer. And Bezier. That should work. Hold on. Oh no, you... did you not have your position keyframed? Oh, that sucks. That's a whole bunch. That seems wrong. That seems really, really wrong. Ha. Something is clearly off. Oh yeah, I'm just pasting in the wrong coordinates. Makes sense. There we go. That should be it. I just fucked reset, but everyone knows it's possible to get pictures and stuff out of it. Yeah, the problem, Kuko, is that memory, secondary memory. The problem, Kuko, is that, as I already mentioned, most storage. Maybe there are exceptions, but phones are encrypted most of the time. Phones have their storage encrypted, which, as I mentioned, it's wild that we don't do the same thing for computers. And when you turn them on, that's actually why it takes such a long time for them to boot up, because they just need to deal with it. I have a little rift after taking off a little burden. Also, thank you for listening to my strange story. I don't think it was strange. Strange is such a negative word. Flame. It's a meme that Flame shared. Hold on. I'm gonna steal it shamelessly. I think it's funny. Teenage problems are just the trailer. Wait for the actual life to begin. Pseudonym, those are lies. Those are lies. I remember when I was like younger and people used to tell me, oh, just wait till you're an adult. I'm an adult now. Like, adult problems aren't all that problematic. Most adults just make up their problems. It's really rare for adults to have actual problems. I'm really impressed when people overcome the difficulties in their life. It's always really impressive. But for most adults, the problems they complain about aren't actual problems. It's really upsetting for me. Because people put a lot of pressure. Because older people really often put a lot of pressure on younger people, being like, oh, just wait till you're an adult. When you're an adult, it doesn't get all that much problematic. Like, yeah, you have more responsibilities, but the responsibilities also mean freedom. What problems then? Well, there are certainly like more responsibilities, taxes, whatever. But most of it can be just remedied by, well, actually depends on the problem, I guess. What kind of problems do you mean, pseudonym? You know, and now I'm curious. Taxes are a bit upsetting, but that's not really because of the money itself, only because there is a lot of stress related to it. Like, you're always left wondering if you've done something wrong. Also, filing documents, the government sucks. It absolutely sucks. Workplace politics. You only have to worry about come on. Workplace politics. You might as well be worried about school politics. Workplace politics. Workplace politics like only affects you in a major way if you're working higher up. But people who work higher up, like 90% of their job is workplace politics. I've dealt with workplace politics so many times with, well, let's just call them higher ups. The thing is, as I already mentioned, I made ads. I make ads still. It's a dark part of my life. And so really often when working on different ad campaigns, you know, people who pay me they don't pay me for ad campaigns. I don't make ad campaigns. I work for the ad campaigns. It's a whole chain. I'm lower down the chain. But I do often meet with people who issued the campaign. And they're usually rich. They are. Because of course, if you can afford the whole ad campaign, then yeah, you're rich. And for them, it's such a toxic environment. I gotta say. Like, if you work in the, I don't know what I should call them, higher end, you know, higher up jobs, then you may earn more money, but it has to suck your soul up so much. The thing is, people would just complain and insult everyone behind their back, just to smile the second their boss comes in, like, oh yeah, my favorite. It was awful. Thoughts on doing a PhD? If you like the field, do it. Those are my thoughts. That's my opinion. I feel like if you have a field that you're really passionate in, then doing a PhD seems completely reasonable. Engaging with difficult people. Yeah, but you're gonna engage with difficult people everywhere in your life. It doesn't matter how old you are. Might as well engage with difficult people at school. Doesn't be much of a difference. I have to read many boring research papers before starting yours. Boring is relative. If you are less than 16, 15, or 14, Google knows it. It will terminate in 30 days. Oh, so I shouldn't say that I'm 14 online. Oh, good call, Tamada, thank you. So I should stop mentioning that I'm 14. Oh, that's a good call, yeah. What country are you in? I'm in Poland. It's that country. It's strange because a lot of my friends are going... Poland is 16, I think. Oh no. What is your age? Good question. Well, I've only recently been advised that I shouldn't mention that I am 14 years old, so I will not tell you I'm 14 years old. I swear this is less than 18. Actually, I want you to guess my age, programmer. He's probably in his 20s. That's a solid guess. If my life is bad. Don't say that. That's mean. Mean to yourself. Oh, don't be like that. Somewhere between 1 and 99. Once again, solid guess. You were 20s, you are so smart. Okay, I didn't say I was 14. All I said is that I recently been advised I shouldn't say I'm 14. Okay, programmer, I should probably explain. It's an ongoing joke on the channel, because for over a year now, people have been asking me how old I am, and I've never answered, so no one actually knows. And in my opinion, this is the one scenario in which it shouldn't matter. Should it? As long as YouTube doesn't terminate my account. Based on his knowledge, mid-20s. That's a solid guess. No Poland has mandatory armies, but like 25. I can literally terminate your Google account and YouTube and Discord in a few clicks. Can you though? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Because age, gender, etc. His work is brilliant. Oh, thank you. Did you just say regardless of my age, gender, etc. his work is brilliant? I don't know if you meant it, but that's funny. I'm readjusting my guess. 2 to 98. Ooh, controversial, Remco. Controversial. Did you miss anything? Not really. The real question is, rent free, considering you're doing this stuff 90% of the time, doing most of his profits. Okay, Flame, consider the following. Right now, I'm just sitting here talking to you all, whilst at the same time, this is just rendering in the background. Like, technically, I am working on the video right now. That's the secret. Also, another thing, you have no idea how easy it is to overcharge rich people. That's like my biggest tip. to anyone out there who is entering the ad business or like doing anything for ads, you have no idea how rich those people are and how easy it is to overcharge them. One of the main reasons for why I don't like to connect my professional, let's call it personal life, and my professional YouTube life is because then those people will know how much I shit talk them. I can think that you are less than 16, and then you have to verify that by sending piece of identity over show parental control. Probably won't be able to post videos. Tamada! Fun fact, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a bit of a fun fact. I am monetized on YouTube. In order to get monetized, you have to share your ID. You have to send your ID as a proof that, you know, you are eligible, basically. You are a person. Not lying right now, right? If you are not, you're so smart. You're doing robotics and stuff. I'm failing at robotics. My chemistry is much better than my robotics. My robotics sucks, and my chemistry isn't even good. I've like tried making sulfuric acid and ended up with copper sulfate 2. I was trying to turn copper sulfate into sulfuric acid, and I just managed to change color of copper sulfate. That's all I did. My theory is decent. I know a lot of theory. And to be fair, my electricity isn't too bad either. I'm pretty good at electric stuff. He's an illegal immigrant in his own house. Don't verify in the 14 days your account become inaccessible for 30 days terminated. Yeah, but Tamada, as I mentioned, I already had to verify my account to be monetized. I already went through that. My account is already verified. There is no need to re-verify it. Eat first, be right back. But alright, Leah. If no. So you are 18 plus because of ads, sure. Please be 18 plus. Yes, I can tell you that much. I am 18 plus because otherwise I wouldn't be monetized. Yeah, that's why I'm 18 plus. If I wasn't monetized, I wouldn't be 18 plus. You know, that's just how logic works. If I wouldn't need to be 80 plus to get monetized, then I wouldn't be 18 plus. Actually eating cats and dogs in America, right? Oh boy, don't, no politics. No politics, right? We're too close to an American election to talk about politics. Because on the USA it's 13. What's valid? So much background in physics, chemistry, and I failed in chemistry. I am done. Well, if it's any constellation, chemistry in school is absolutely awful. I don't know why they go with like general and organic instead of going with like theoretical chemistry in schools. It's absolutely awful. Congrats on 30k. Thank you, Steel. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad you joined in this way and not by donation. That's good. Can you mind joining every single live stream with just a message? that would be just swell. But yeah, so failing chemistry in school, yeah, that's pretty normal. As I mentioned, chemistry in school is absolutely awful. It's taught in an absolutely ridiculous way. Also, funny enough, did I mention that back when I was in school, I almost failed math and English? That's true story. I almost failed math and English. Fun. So yeah, that's kind of radicalized me against schools. And chemistry too, actually. On top of that, yeah. How does it feel to sub count in like 10 days? It feels good. How did you almost fail? I thought you were really good. Well, I am... First of all, I wouldn't say I'm really good. I'm decent. I'm decent with physics, chemistry, math. But at the same time, it radicalized me against schools because the way all these topics are taught in schools are awful. It actually only last year I also got a C in chemistry. Exactly, like Flame got a C in chemistry, and soon he will have a PhD in chemistry. So yeah, the way chemistry, the way mathematics, the way everything practically is being taught in schools is so awful that I just went on and made a whole channel about it. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to chemistry, it's a bit different because, you know, I just dropped out and only picked up on chemistry like a year ago. If I knew what I know now, back when I was failing chemistry, it would have been so much easier. The fact that it took me like a decade to realize it is... Do you need a degree to work in a field? You mean scientific? Kind of. It makes things... Well, technically no, practically yes. I only see you make robots and just imagine you as a wizard and smart. My robots failed because I was awful with mechanical engineering. And I've only recently gotten better at it. I should make another robot actually, you know? I should. Back then I sucked so much when it comes to mechanical engineering. Jeez. Recently I bought some bearings, I bought some wheels. I should make a robot. Another one. This time a walking one would be nice. Where's one of my wheels? What? Hold on. I'm missing a wheel. Why do I only have 3 wheels? Yeah, I have all my components on my walk table. Give me a second. Where's my... How did I lose a wheel? How and when? More importantly... Well, no, more importantly is where it is, not when. That's battery. That's 4 batteries. I have 4 batteries connected together with like cable just dangling, just, you know, to make sure that there's always a possibility they can short circuit and either burn my entire place down or just blow up or decharge themselves, whichever happens first. I feel like I got a non-committal answer. Well, technically you don't need a degree because that's not really how it works. It's not like you have a single corporation with a certain guideline to hire you. The thing is, in order to get the job, you need to be trusted at a job. That applies actually everywhere. In order to get the job, you need to be trusted with that job. And when it comes to research, you said in the field, so I'm assuming that's research. When it comes to research, people who hire you need to be sure that, you know, you won't mess it up. And a degree is important because that's basically like a certification that you won't mess things up. That's why stuff like PhD matters, because when you hear that someone is a doctor, then you know they're professionals, you know they're absolute experts, you know that they will not mess up. But technically, it all depends on who's paying you. So if you can convince someone that you're competent, then you will get a job. And that applies to everything. You said to work in a field, which is extremely vague, so that's why I'm going this vague right now. Oh, I just lost the wheel. Well, I guess the bot will have 3 wheels. That's cool. Product on your resume? What are you applying for? Oh no, product on your resume, no one verifies anything. Oh, but that's a double-edged sword, because no one verifies anything until they do verify it. Has been my experience. They, like, everyone obviously adds a lot of fluff to the resume. I remember once when they actually, when I, let's just say, I don't want to say blown out of proportion, a tiny thing I did, but they verified something that I was hoping they wouldn't. Well, it took some explaining. Supervision research grants, etc. will fund apart from private scholarships too. Well, fund is it's certainly a word there. Fund you is that's doing some heavy lifting. Unfortunately, when it comes to research, there is still publish or perish, which, as everyone knows, I absolutely love. Automobiles here with 3 wheels. Exactly! 3 wheels is normal. Not weird. That's why I'm making 3 wheels. Not, definitely not because I lost one. That would be silly. How much has your charity made? I don't have a charity. I just fundraise for charities. In total? In total, we, I think, collected 1700, something like that. 1700, maybe even 2000. But I will have to add all of them together to actually check. You have no financial for doing a PhD. Really? Oh, you mean while doing a PhD? Never mind. Okay. Is Atomic here? Yes, Atomic has been here. Or Steel. I've been referring to Atomic as Atomic because it was the first word, but I guess Steel is the more, you know... Yeah, exactly. Steel is the more... the key word there. What's the advice to growth? Disrespect the study, as well I always do. Is doing a PhD worth it in the current academic climate? Oh, I don't know if I'm the right person to ask. I'm assuming yes. Well, depends. First of all, worth it? I don't like the fact that you're thinking of it this way, Dark. That's an extremely, I don't know even what to call it, neoliberal, I guess, a way to think about this. You shouldn't really make a PhD because it's worth it. You should make a PhD because you want to. That should be the reason for making a PhD. Because you want to get a PhD, because you want to learn some more, because you want to get some practical knowledge, because you want to people to refer to you as a doctor, or just because you like a field. Those should be the reasons, not it being worth it. So even though I'm definitely not the right person to ask, I would say that this shouldn't be a question. I want to be a creator, also like engineering stuff. I see. Well, over there, I may know a bit more. However, I myself am struggling as a creator. Creating is hard, but worth it, in my personal opinion. And fun. It's certainly fun. Well, if it was easy, it wouldn't be fun. Although we are talking about different kinds of creations there. Did a sneaky 20 and he never noticed. I already mentioned YouTube doesn't tell me about the donations off stream. Because the YouTube fundraiser feature sucks. I only use it because I had someone tell me that it likes... that like the money from the ad revenue goes straight to the fundraiser. That's why I'm using it. Makes things easier. I don't have to pay for processing fees. You don't need a PhD to learn. Well, you don't need a PhD to learn, but PhD will help you learn. It's kind of hard without the PhD to get, you know, as much practical knowledge as you get whilst making a PhD, whilst doing a PhD. I know what the correct word there is. Disrespect the study. Yes, pretend that the study isn't difficult. That's what I've been doing the entire time. Like, the reason why I started researching quantum mechanics is because I was just... Well, the way I started researching quantum mechanics is that I pretended it's not difficult. And then, there we go. Where'd you get money then? Well, oh, you mean because the money from other revenues going to charity? That's from streams. I'm fine with... That's not my only source of income. I'm fine with making that charity. Ow, it's not a lot of money. I should donate more. Me, exactly. I'm just getting money from Steel. Funny enough, every now and then you do need to tell the government where you're getting your money from. Depends on the country, I suppose, but you do need to tell them where you're getting your money from. They apparently like want to make sure that you're not money laundering or whatever. But I don't think they'll accept Steel as my response. No loons? Yeah, no loons. Well, we could do loons, but we're rendering right now. Make it use his math skills to hack banks. Exactly. I just... You know the encryption? I just solved the encryption. I just figure out what the private key is based on the public one. Just run through every single possibility until I get the right one. And that way, when I have the private key, I just hack them. Megan's doing fine scamming the rich. Yeah, and I'm proudly scamming the rich. When I say scamming the rich, I don't just mean like, you know, middle class, by the way. I mean like people who pay for propaganda at big companies. What are those roles in Discord? Well, there are some that you just get for chatting. The more you chat, the bigger the role. There are others which are for Patreon only. And then there are others which are unique, and I just give them to people who don't necessarily pay me money, but who I consider to be cool. For example, Flame. It's hard to get your research sponsored these days, but it shouldn't be. It really should not be. In my personal opinion. For goodness sake, I'm paying like hundreds of dollars to the US government in taxes. And they spend that money on wars? Just pay the researchers. Your only money source is charity stream. No. I said that this specifically isn't my only money source. I meant the opposite. My main money source YouTube-wise is the ad revenue from videos, and then Patreon, and then Steel. Number 3. Why not research for the wars? That's my goal. Because then you're not gonna discover like certain fields and certain stuff. Flame is hot, literally. Trying to figure out how to vote in the US as non-citizen. Well, I mean, my money's going to government anyway. But 30%. 30%. Can you imagine? I don't mind paying 30% in taxes. But why do I have to pay to the country that's doing all the wars and it's over the ocean? Oh, because I work there. You know what? That's actually a pretty reasonable argument. I can't really argue with that, can I? That's actually a pretty reasonable argument. It's just, in my opinion, the whole military-industrial complex thing, it's more it's too self-sustaining. Like, imagine how beautiful the world would be if we just, like, colonized the solar system for resources, and then, like, you know, cured aging, and then, like, build the Dyson sphere or whatever. But no, because we have to argue about freaking dumb stuff. Oh no, this piece of land is mine. Oh no, this piece of land is mine. Actually, it isn't mine, but This piece of land is part of the place with this flag. No, it's with this. Oh, I'm upset. I'm an old man yelling at a cloud. Mickey, why is the stream at 6 AM? You're killing me. I'm sorry, boy. It's the only time. We need to get invaded by aliens so people can hate them instead of each other. Can you imagine how amazing would that be, though? Like, the whole... It would be basically Warhammer 40k and Helldivers combined. It would have been beautiful. Just sending all the nukes. It would have been great. Am I still warm? Always. Lamppost, always. But to be fair, Flame, that's a double-edged sword. Actually, you know what? That's actually pretty risky. Like, because basically, you know, the upside of being invaded by aliens in that case is that it would be like a global calamity that all of humanity will have to band together to stop. But at the same time, we already have global warming, and we don't seem to care about that, do we? So, if aliens come down, I have my doubts. Having all people hate them instead of each other, it is optimistic. I love the movie Don't Look Up, by the way. It's so underrated in my opinion. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but it's really underrated. Trying to develop exoskeletons. Okay, that's cool. Fine, I'll give you this one win. That's cool. The aliens will die to disease. Don't Look Up was great. Don't Look Up was... I love Don't Look Up. For anyone who hasn't seen Don't Look Up, I would recommend. It was like, you know how they say that all the best lies have a little bit of truth in them? Well, so do all of the best insults. In this case, when it comes to Don't Look Up, it was like, in theory so ridiculous, but in practice it was way too real to be enjoyable. And at the same time, I loved it. I've heard about that movie. I would really recommend Leah. It's gonna make you upset, but it's a good movie. Any interest in neuroscience, trying to hack memory for enhanced education speed? Well, that would be a bit difficult. Hacking memory. Neuroscience is interesting, it's that the human mind is incredibly complex. The most complex, I would argue. Aliens don't exist. Haven't you heard about the Fermi paradox? That's not how Fermi paradox works. That's not how it works. Inversion neuroscience boom given different flight plane mapping. Oh yeah, that was a big thing, wasn't it? Really could be. Also another thing, the AI, that's actually one of these places where AI will genuinely have an impact that you couldn't have without AI. Because analyzing how a fly's brain... That's actually so incredible, isn't it? You can have like a map of how a brain thinks, how a fly thinks. Insane. Movie will make you more depressed. I mean, kind of. Yeah, yeah, it is. That movie will make you angry, but it's still a really good one. The space is expanding faster than light, and it can't reach us. There's a lot of theories when it comes to aliens, both for and against. My favorite is the grabby aliens one. I really like it. Don't be depressed. I want to be a neuroscientist when I was younger, but I think biology was a bit less interesting to me than more physical sciences. For me, biology was always too overwhelming. There are too many things. Absolutely too many things. Like, it feels like, to me, you can't really specialize in biology because it's too big of a field as is. And so you need to specialize in different, like, either cells or different aspects of cells if you truly want to specialize. That's why I didn't actually research much biology. Doesn't look even. Is there any movie you can recommend me to watch? That's a good question. Not a movie, but a series. Good Omens. I like Good Omens. It's like, I've only recently seen it. It's wild. I really like it. They had a certain style, they had a certain idea for a series, and they went with it. It feels like It honestly feels like an extremely high budget YouTube skit that has 2 seasons, and I absolutely love it. Walk. Alright, bye Steel, good luck. It was several memorization. Physics was too deep, and maths and chemistry was a good middle ground, decent level of a difficult realizing things. Yeah. That's why I like chemistry so much. But I don't know about the physics one. I don't think physics is too deep into maths. I think inventing new physics is too deep into maths. No, I guess that still supports your point. Also, it depends. Because that's actually will be the point of my next video. The maths isn't what you think it is. The thing is, Flame, with all of these extremely difficult equations, these are all really simple things, as I'm sure you're aware of from the theoretical chemistry point of view, but the more complex the equations get, they don't actually get any more difficult to understand. They just get more and more obscured by the notation. So, for example, basically everything that Dirac did, all of it, it's like complete madness when you stand back from it, but it's actually pretty simple meaning-wise. There's always like a graphical interpretation. Even with spin, for goodness sake, even with the unexplainable spin, you have all of these awful, absolutely awful equations, but the meaning behind the equation is still simple. So for physics, I would say it's the same as chemistry. You still cannot perfectly understand everything. It's just that you don't use words to explain things, you use math. And that takes a while to get used to. The second season it got back due to LGBT. I don't know, I've only seen the first episodes of the second season. What do you mean it got back due to LGBT? Which episode? What you will watch? I don't know, I've only gotten to like the first 3 episodes, or 2. 3, I think 3. And so far it seems normal. Abilities branch of physical science, even though there's unexplainable. Explain spin twice and you're back at the start. Spin is such a wild thing to describe with maths, by the way. It's truly wild. Because we take 3-dimensional spin for like granted, but oh my goodness, the 2 girls plot sucked. What? They walked it in pretty well. What do you mean it sucked? It was like, yeah, it was different, but it was very in the spirit of the Good Omens. It was very in the spirit of that show. The 2 girls plot is just the equivalent of the mailman from the first one. No, not the mailman, hold on, there was something better. It was very in the spirit of Good Omens. Spin is very easy to describe with math. Yeah, but 3-dimensional spin? 3-dimensional spin, the best description I've ever seen is still with quaternions. And the quaternions definition, not the definition, the quaternions description is terrifying to someone who doesn't actually know what it means. Spin can be easily described using matrices. No, because when you're spinning with matrices, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to spinning with matrices, it's just trigonometric functions. Unless I am mistaken. And that's actually a very... and if we are talking about the same matrices, then this is just two-dimensional spin on multiple dimensions. This is a very... This is a workaround more than a description. Everyone's mentioning spin. Enlighten me. You mean spin as rotation or spin as electrons? Those are two completely different things. Okay, what's the position of the camera? This. And so you just have this for... Okay, you know what? Let's just parent both of these to the cube. It's gonna make it so much easier. And then right here, we have this minus this. Hold on, no. Dude, what's wrong with me? Why am I struggling so much? This minus this. What's spin though? You mean spin as in electrons or spin as in spinning? As I already mentioned, I need specifics. Electrons. Okay, recently I explained spin to someone and they understood it, so I am confident in myself, in my abilities. When you have an electron, Flame, I think you're gonna be proud of me. Because I finally realized spin. Okay, I'll be able to explain spin in this video. It took a toll on me. I'm experiencing certain psychological effects. Every now and then my mind goes blank and I just sit in a room staring at the wall, thinking of things to come. I've been afflicted with a certain kind of madness, and I do tend to cry from one eye blood every now and then, but I think I can explain spin now. Alright, so, Rick. Hi there, Rick. You're familiar with the quantum numbers, right? Everyone's familiar with the quantum numbers. You have the principal quantum number, which is basically kind of like the distance from the nucleus. So, you know, different quantum numbers tell you the distance from how far it is. Then you have the azimuthal quantum number, which is basically kind of like the shape of the orbital. And then you have so on and so forth. Spin is one of them. One of these, you know, basic descriptors of the electron, one of these things specifying what an electron is. And the reason why we're calling it spin is because the maths works as in, if you have an electron, the maths works in a way so that you can describe this electron as spinning in a certain direction. Give me a second, my blender is having some problems. I really want to draw it in 3 dimensions, because in 3 dimensions it'll be so much easier. Actually, I can just get a sphere, I suppose. There we go. Spin works in a way, I don't know if I'll be drawing it in the correct direction. I know if we have any physicists who can clear this up. Why over there? You know what? I don't even care. So basically, this is how we normally describe spin. Whatever. When it's spinning in some way, we can describe the spin with a single vector in physics. And basically, what physicists realize is that if you assume that an electron is spinning, you can also give it like a single direction in which it is spinning, and then the mathematics works out in the same way. The only problem being, it's not spinning, which may seem weird on the very beginning, but it's actually not. It is actually not weird that it's not spinning, but spin works with it, and this, for spin itself, you will not find a single classical alternative. So far, everything I've said may seem confusing, and that's because of this. Everything I said is extremely confusing. But what you have to understand about spin is that you cannot understand it in classical terms. You cannot picture it. You will not be able to picture spin. It's not possible. Spin is like charge. You cannot explain charge. It's the directions in space. I don't actually know exactly how the directions work. I'm pretty certain it's like this. You go from the top to the bottom, I'm pretty certain, and from the bottom to the top. I'm pretty certain that's how it works. Spin is not spin. Well, that's the problem. It's a misnomer. That creates the entire confusion. Spin is like charge. You cannot explain electron charge. There's no way for you to explain electron charge because it's an elementary property. It's not possible to explain electron charge. However, you can show an example of electron charge. That's what you can do. You can showcase the examples, you cannot explain the charge itself. The same thing goes for spin. The only problem is the name is a misnomer. Imagine if, instead of charge, okay, we called it electric gravity. Like, technically, you can describe charge as gravity. You could describe it in the same way if you want to. It would take some reworking, but you could explain charge in terms of mass. Or even, to be more accurate actually in this case, electric mass, rather. Here's a naming problem. Hearing spin makes you of electron rotation. Makes sense. Exactly. That's actually exactly what it is. When people hear spin, they think of electron as spinning, but it's not. The reason why we call it spin is because it can be described with angular momentum. And so that's basically the whole problem. You won't be able to understand spin. It's not possible. You can use spin. You can use spin to describe magnetism, so on and so forth. Spin is basically what happens to a particle when it moves one revolution in an orbit. I don't... Is it? Electrical gravity. Einstein will rise from his grave. But that's the whole problem. For some reason we're calling spin spin. Spin has about much... Electron spin has about as much to do with spin as charge has to do with mass. It's actually really similar. Really, really similar. Like, when it comes to mass and charge, they both basically tell you how much the thing interacts with its own respective field. And when it comes to spin, they both act in the same way, but with different things. So yeah, spin cannot be understood. Spin can be... You have to take spin as a given. Just how you cannot explain gravity, cannot explain electrons, you can only describe them, you cannot understand spin. What's an example of spin? I'm going to explain spin, you can't understand spin. Yeah, but that's the explanation. That's actually the explanation in my opinion. This is proof you know spin. That's actually one of my biggest, because I've spent so much time, I've wasted so much time trying to understand spin. If someone would have just told me that it's not that I don't understand, that's actually why the notes from the lecture, I think it was, that you've shown me, where the professor literally said that you know, there is nothing that behaves quite as electron spin. That's why that was so eye-opening for me. And then what really truly hammered in the point was the textbook about nuclear physics that also went in depth about spin. Small that they cannot spin classical sense, as far as I know. However, I should understand what spin is. Okay, Rick, let me ask you the question. What is charge? Electrons are so small they cannot spin. That's a bit of a misnomer. You're kind of correct there, but it's not... It's... Well, the scale is only matters because of the quantum stuff. Why is spin named spin then? Because chemists think that... Actually, should I blame chemists or physicists, actually? Because physicists thought they were clever. That's why. Leah, in this case, we should blame the physicist. It's their fault. They should suffer for it. Or mathematicians? No, physicists applied the angular momentum. Yeah. Like my teacher, just use it. Don't try to understand it. I hate that kind of explanation. Yeah, but Rick, in this case, spin is elementary. As I already mentioned. Rick, what is charge? How would you explain? But I want to understand it. Alright, Rick, allow me to showcase what I mean exactly. When you have a cube of metal, right? This cube has certain properties. If you want to understand these properties, you can understand them pretty well if you realize that this cube is actually made up of a lot of different ions bonded together using metallic bonding. Now, this metallic bonding has certain properties. How would you understand them? That's simple. You can realize that it is just a lot of different atoms, and you can analyze how these atoms behave with each other when there's an electron just kind of gluing them together. Okay, now what are the properties of this interaction? Well, that's simple. Properties of this interaction stem from certain elementary particles, one of them being an electron. Okay, so electron has certain properties. Cool. What causes these properties to happen? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's not that in this case I'm not giving you an explanation. By definition, there is no explanation. It's elementary. It's an elementary particle. That's what it means. Elementary particles don't have an underlying explanation for how they work. They just do. Because if they did have an underlying explanation, then they wouldn't be elementary. Then this would be elementary. That's why originally we thought that protons and neutrons were elementary particles, but then we realized they're still quarks. I think because of monatomic theory, answer was the same as far. Exactly. So when it comes to electrons, there is nothing explaining their properties by definition. And so with that in mind, spin is one of their properties. When you have spin, right, that's one of their properties. There is no underlying explanation for that property, because it's elementary. It's not that I'm not giving you an explanation, it is literally impossible to have an explanation for spin. And actually, the reason why it doesn't have an analogy in classical mechanics is because why would it? It would be pretty unlikely for all the emergent properties to come together in the exact way to recreate the underlying. It's a fundamental property that particles can have. A property of effect similar to particle to if the particle was spinning. Exactly. Yeah, listen to Flame. Flame is the one that actually taught me this. I don't have necessary background knowledge. No. It's not because you don't. Well, it depends. The thing is, in this case, you cannot understand. By definition. No one can explain it simply because you cannot understand it. I'm hoping that this graph, explanation kind of sorts it out. At some point in this chain, you will need a beginning. You either will need a beginning or it will have to be circular. These are the only two options. And as far as we know in our universe, it's not circular, only it has a beginning. And that beginning is right here with elementary particles, which are elementary, unexplainable, the basis. Particles aren't themselves charged, their position and movement is random. It depends on which theory you're going with, Dark. Electrons are just that cool, they don't need an explanation. Exactly. So angular momentum when it's not actually rotating. Called probability spin. Exactly, yes. Flame posted cursed me in the Sense channel. You mean the angle one? Yeah, the triangle one. That's a real good one. I've actually shown it on the stream. That's a really good one. I kind of get your point. If you kind of get your point, that's already impressive. It took me months to kind of get this point. Mostly because I went through 5 stages of grief. The denial for spin was a tough one. Actually, it just hit me. Oh my goodness, it just hit me how beautiful this triangle is. Hold on. Oh, this is genius. It just hit me just how beautiful that triangle actually is. And how mathematically accurate it is. Oh my goodness, I didn't think of it this way. Hold on, how far am I going to draw on the surface? Perfect. When you have a triangle like this, right, with one side, with this 0, this 1, and this I, going up over a real plane. Yeah, this is genius. This obviously makes sense. Because what it would actually mean is that if you have, you know, right here the axes, right? This is the one being the, so like two real axes, then right here you would have an imaginary one. And in this case, you can see that if this would be equal to 1 on the real axis, this would be imaginary, then from this perspective... No, wait, which perspective? I don't remember which perspective. Hold on, I've lost myself in this. This perspective is like going... No, I lost myself. I had it in 3 dimensions. I had surprised it for a second, but I already lost it. Boy, this is difficult to navigate. This is imaginary real. So from down below, close enough. The hypotenuse looks should still be 1. Yeah, but I think I had it in my mind for a second in a way that made sense. No, that should... Yeah, hold on. I had it in my mind in a way that made sense, but I already lost it. Oh, it's 0 because it's... the length of this is 0, but that's because it's a real 0. Shouldn't there be an imaginary part component to it then? I lost it already. No, never mind. I thought it was genius for a second, but maybe I'm just a dum-dum. I lost it. The real 0 makes sense, but according... Yeah, because then it would be actual 0. It wouldn't be like the real part. It wouldn't be RE. It wouldn't be this. Only it would be this, which makes a lot less sense. Like, the top one would make sense, but that's not the equation. Whoops. Never mind. For a second I thought it was... Okay. I got so excited and then immediately disappointed myself. I refuse to accept this triangle. It is not allowed in the triangle community. This is a mad triangle. We're on something. I think I was just delusional. I don't think I were on something. I got so excited. Oh, it's been such a long time since I disappointed. I'm so disappointed. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. Okay, we have this coordinate, this. So we take the difference between them, like so, and this will give us this, and then we have to go into negative, which means we subtract it from this one. That's a lot of negatives. Close. Add the difference because it's negative. I'm an idiot. And I subtracted it the wrong way. I think I did. Okay, right. So we have this, then this minus this. So which means we need plus 2 times this minus this. Am I doing it right or am I doing it backwards this time? 5. This gives us negative difference, so plus 60. Oh, I did plus, didn't I? Whoops. Why am I struggling with this so much? I could just... whatever. If you specify the duration you are streaming for, probably like 10 more minutes. I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm trying to ruin my shower thought for the day. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I guess the reason why it doesn't make any sense is because, like, okay, the reason why it doesn't make any sense is because in order for this to be I, then this to be 1, then this would have to be the imaginary axis. This would have to be the real axis. So this 0, I guess the imaginary distance, as if it... A negative distance doesn't even make sense. And I'm trying imaginary. I've made a video about this. Alright, so... Right here, we have these two numbers. Using them, we need to construct this, so this coordinate. And then from it, to it, we need to add the distance between these two. Actually, subtract the distance between these two. So we take this, and then we subtract it. Then we make them both positive. Oh, I'm a genius. Minus this, minus this. I am a genius! Actually, I should have probably figured this out a long time ago. Never mind. Maybe genius isn't the right word. 510, there we go. That's 600, 500. Sweet. Can just to keep up your videos. Oh no, that's actually... Oh no, that's actually a bad sign. That means I'm not explaining things properly enough. I had my third Math Pure 2 exam today. How did it go? You know what, I think I'm gonna go. I'm so tired and hungry. I went to shops today. There was some good discounts. Oh, that was the one discount. There was a discount for cookies, which was amazing. 2, like, tiny, small box of cookies for $1. And, like, it's an amazing discount. They were the wheat cookies, not like chocolate chip or anything. But they were cheap, so I bought them, so yeah. Well, I did only one silly mistake. I forgot to divide by 3, lost 5 marks over it. Still only one. That's good. Yeah, before, maybe I'm not genius after all. Anyhow, I'm gonna go now. To work on the videos off stream and do some normal work too. I keep forgetting I still have to pay my bills. Anyhow, I suppose for now that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.